What's up, my folks? How is everyone doing? I just wanted to let the guys know that that were asking. I did get them hooked. I got them hooked last night. It wasn't that big a deal. I thought it'd be a lot worse because, you know, this is the only bitch that Rusty's ever bred, and he wasn't real experienced, but he got the job done. They locked up, and she wasn't ugly about him. She was real recessive. She's ready again. I'm gonna put her. I just put him out next to her. People were asking me like little things, you know, to help breed them. What I'll try to do is when you got your bitch in heat, go ahead and clear out all the other dogs away from them. Put them on the other side of the yard, and let that male and that bitch kind of spend some time next to each other, get used to each other. And then when you introduce them, what I do is I take that and flip it over where they can't get in it, where she can't run and get in it, and I'll let him come in here up to her and see how she does. And then I'll bring him in. If she's acting nice about it and ain't acting ugly, I'll see if they can breed natural, which that isn't 99% of the time they won't be able to do it. You'll have to help them. And then that's when when they go to mountain, and that's when they start getting ugly with each other. So that's when you need to really be careful and watch over them. What I do is I just tie one up to the side of the pole here and one on that side of the pole when they're back to back, so they can't get to each other. And then when she starts getting ready to lick, I'll let her out and, you know, off her collar, take her collar off, let her lick, and then put her back on her collar and let her lick until, you know, he goes down. And as far as like supplements on your dogs, be careful with a lot of that stuff, man. I mean, like, I seen a lot of questions asking me about multivitamins and vitamins and stuff. Man, if you feed real good feed, you don't need a lot of that, okay? And a lot of times if you give too much vitamins, that's bad too. You know, and multivitamins for people are real strong. I mean, I would break it in half and give them like a half every other day. I wouldn't give them a whole multivitamin a day. And like, if you're going to give them something like that, give them a Happy Jacks, Vitatabs, or whatever they're called, you know? Something that, you know, is made for dogs. As far as like the red cell and stuff, I've only used that when the dogs needed it. I hadn't used it in years, and that's another one that'll make them get hot, especially in the summer. If you're going to hunt these dogs, you damn sure don't want to load them down with too many vitamins and supplements. Look into the oils. If you're going to use fish oils, make sure it's for dogs. It's good for dogs. Some of that stuff they can't really process. The coconut oils are good. The flax oils are good. There's certain things you can use. As far as your stud dog, you know, you want to keep him cool. If you can't keep him in the AC, at least keep him in a cool, shady environment. You know what I'm saying? Don't keep him out in the heat, because he's got to stay cool to keep them boys working right. As far as the other things, like Buster's over there trying to bust her loose. He can smell her. I can see him. He's raising hell, chewing up the doghouse and everything. But quit. You know, you want to keep all your stuff that you use, your supplements and stuff, to a minimum. Don't get crazy with it. A lot of natural foods work good. Eggs, the dogs can digest egg proteins real well and not get too hot from them. And the vitamins and stuff, a lot of that stuff you can give with just, like I said, good feed. Oh, and then I have a lot of questions more about bloodlines again, and inbreeding and all. When you inbreed, it's usually on a family. You want to try to do it to keep traits of that family going, you know, of a particular dog. It's just a tool being used is what it is. It's I mean, these pups here will be inbreed. That's half brother sister breeding. As far as like the bloodlines, I mean, it's a real broad brush to paint bloodlines. You know what I'm saying? Because you can get a dog from one guy that has a certain bloodline, like, just say Jeep. Say one guy has Jeep dogs. You say, well, what do you think about Jeep dogs? Well, the guy down the road might have Jeep dogs too, that are totally different from the other guy's Jeep dogs. You see what I'm saying? It's who has had their hands on those dogs is more important than the bloodline. That's just how I've seen it. You know what I mean? Mainly it's who's, you know, shaped the family of the dogs, and that's what inbreeding's for, is to keep those traits going. You know, people have asked me about my mistakes, and a lot of my mistakes I've made in these dogs is listening to the wrong people. Make sure you listen to I've listened to hype when I started getting in dogs. You know, I had some dogs given to me that were awesome. They were fucking world-class dogs, you know. But at the time, people were really pushing a couple other bloodlines, you know. And no one didn't like no Bully Son dogs. No one didn't like no Boyles dogs. My dogs were just junk, you know what I'm saying? But nowadays, that's a respected blood. But back then, you know, everyone talked shit about it because they were peddling other crap. And, you know, I tried a lot of bloodlines and wasted a lot of time and money with bloodlines just listening to people, you know, hype stuff up. And what I learned real quick was because just one bloodline works for somebody doesn't mean that those dogs are going to work for you, okay? You got to find what works for you more than anything else in the dogs. Because just because something works for Joe Blow don't mean it's going to work for you, you know what I'm saying? So focus on that more like individual dogs than bloodlines, you know. And the breeders, you know, that's a big thing. If they fill your head with bullshit and blow smoke up your ass, man, if a guy's got real good dogs, he ain't got to try to push them to you and brag about them, beat them on his chest. You know what I'm saying? All that bullshit. If he's got good dogs, you'll know it. You know what I mean? If he's got good, stable, working stock, they'll be good, stable, working stock, you know? It's just pretty much the way it is. I mean, and, you know, as far as pet bulls, what I think about pet bulls, I don't mind people having pit bulls, okay? The problem I get with pet bull owners is they cross a fucking line, okay? A lot of these guys get a pit bull that they don't know nothing about or whatever, and all of a sudden it's their best buddy and they make it their friend. And then they want to start fucking knocking the dogmen that, you know, that's what these dogs are about. They love to say they got a pit bull and brag about how tough they are, but then they want to shun you for keeping a dog on a chain. Or if you show a dog in keep that looks good, they want to make remarks like it's too skinny, abuse and shit like that. They don't know what they're talking about. That's the problem I have with pet bull owners. Don't classify dogmen as what the media has portrayed you to be. I mean, that's just not that. I mean, it's just bullshit. That's the problem I have with pet bulls. You get a pit bull, fine. If you want to make him your pet and your own house dog, fine. I got pets. These are all my pets. They all go in the house. They're all good dogs. But I don't fucking sit here and mess with people that have pit. I've seen so many pet bulls that were completely obese, like unbelievably fat. Like that's abuse. You know what I'm saying? Don't knock a man for keeping a dog in shape or having one worked and show you a picture of a dog worked and then you get on there and start talking about abuse. Man, blow that shit out your ass, dude. So that's the only problem I have with pet bulls. If you want a pet bull, that's fine. Handling, keep him right. Don't let him run loose and be other people's problems. Don't let your pet bull do something wrong because you love him so much you hurt him by letting him be free. They are what they are, you know. They're working dogs. They're not designed to be running loose, you know. And that's the problem I have with pet bulls. Everywhere I go around here, people got pet bulls running fucking around, man. And when a kid gets bit, it's automatically a pit bull that did it. And these are the dogs they're looking at that did it. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't these kind of dogs' fault. It ain't the guys like me. It ain't our fault that shit happens. And that's my problem with pet bulls. I mean, if you're going to have one, treat him like a pet, but keep him like a pit bull, damn it. That's my thoughts on it. But and as far as everything else goes, you know, in the dogs, you know, it's a day-by-day experience. You have to learn as you go, and you'll make a lot of mistakes on the way. Don't think that you won't. You'll make mistakes all day long. Come here, Ice. Come here, Ice. So hopefully this bitch right here will have some puppies for me. I'm about to try to stick them again. I don't want to miss her this time. So I'm going to let him. He's young. I've kept him in all day in the AC. I keep him cool. He's fed well. Maybe he's probably got plenty of testosterone. Semen running through him. So I'm going to try them again and feed my stock and feed the deer. Hunting season's coming. That's like a Christmas time for a country boy. So that's what I got going on this Sunday evening. I hope y'all take it easy and keep on bulldogging.